Hello, everyone. My name is Jeremy. I'm one of the GMs for RPG Club. We're gathered here this evening to have a fun little session with the GMs of RPG Club. We don't get together very often, but we're going to try and have a little bit of fun using a game called Roll for Shoes this evening. It was a concept that was thrown out over the Discord. Goblins versus Kobolds in a battle royale. And I'm going to kind of pass it around to our GMs to kind of introduce themselves. And why don't you give a name, how we can follow you on the Discord or social medias, and then the favorite game you like to run on RPG Club. EJ, you want to kick us off?
Yeah, my name is EJ, or EJ Boston, and you can find me at EJ Boston RPG. My favorite game that I like to run is probably Call of Cthulhu. I like driving people to insanity and making them worry for their lives. And there's plenty of stories that can go along with that. But I think that's everything you asked for, right? Name, where to find me, and what I like.
Perfect. Cool. Next, Lauren, what kicks off?
I'm Lauren. You can find me at Lauren Plays RPGs on Instagram. And my favorite game to run is D&D because it's the only game I run at the RPG Club. I'm working on learning more, but we're not quite there yet, so D&D's the one for now.
Cool. Scott?
Yeah, I'm Scott. Everyone that plays with me that considers me, I guess, a friend calls me Mags. You can find me as Mags the Gray on Instagram. I don't know why they call me Gray. It bewilders me, but
I'm getting there too, my man.
Yeah, well, listen, hey, I'm trying to go the other way. It's not working out. I play a game people aren't very familiar with. It's called Dungeons and Dragons. It's not been around very long. I've been playing it for a long time though. So yeah, it's pretty much the only game I do run. I'm not skilled enough at the other games to consider myself a master yet. But I hope to soon.
Cool. John?
Hi, I'm John. You can find me on the socials as OG Dice Jockey on pretty much any social I'm on. I currently run mostly D&D because that's what the people want. But I am currently learning the One Ring, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Nice.
We could play a game of that together.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I'd like that. I'd play that.
Yeah.
All right. It looks like I got a game.
There we go. All right, Dave. Let's
Depends on what time of the day, John. It depends on what time of the day.
2:30 in the afternoon is good for you.
Right.
My name is Dave. You can find me on most of the socials at Actual Play Entertainment. We do a little podcast for Call of Cthulhu and Delta Green.
Nice.
My favorite game to run is Delta Green. Much like EJ, I like to drive people to insanity, and it's those tense horror games. I just love them. It's a lot of fun.
Cool, awesome. And my name is Jeremy. You can find me as Adventure Engines on, again, pretty much any social. And my favorite game is Blades in the Dark because I really like having players take on criminal personas and kind of take away that little bit of morality that kind of comes into play with more heroic games. They can get nasty. It's a lot of fun. All right, excellent. We have, could I have all of you type in next to your name if you were a goblin or a kobold, and then if you have a name for your goblin or kobold, as you will be going head to head in this battle royale, as I kind of set this up here. So all of you have been rounded up from your respective clutter, so a group of goblins, or your trapping, which is kobolds. You've been caged, been fed water and a bit of gruel, which may or may not be satisfying to you, and you've lost track of time. Nothing has changed. Days, what you believe to be days, have passed. But today something has kind of been switched up. A parade of beings, tall, noble-looking, wearing rich, flowing robes and shiny jewelry, have passed through, commenting on you within your cell, within your cages. They think you don't understand what they're saying, but you aren't nearly as stupid or feral as they believe you to be. Once they're done with their little inspection, they're ushered out, and another person that has been responsible for keeping you fed appears with a stack of weapons and drops them through the bars of your respective cells. As they leave, you can hear the muffled sounds of crowds cheering and the thundering of applause and stomping in a stadium. You have this dawning realization that you're going to be fighting for sport. You're unsure as to why you have been selected, but none of that really matters in a few moments. A creaking noise surrounds you, and the ceiling opens up to reveal a bright sky. The sound of the crowd pouring in on you, and the cell begins to rise. Echoing at first and growing louder as you ascend, you can hear a voice announcing your arrival. In the green corner, recently captured from raiding several of the Emperor's favorite villages, the wild-eyed Cutter Goblins. And then there are cheers as the goblin cell rises with a thunk, settles into place on the floor of this Colosseum. And in the red corner, having attacked the poor miners of Rory, the Fangs of Fury. And the kobolds, you, clunk, settle into shape. Now, all of you are confused. The goblins, you know nothing about villages being raided. You have been quite peaceful your entire lives, and the kobolds look around, confused as well. There's no memory of you attacking any sort of miners. In fact, your own trapping is quite comfortable this time of year. You have no reason to venture outwards and to cause any sort of problems outside of that. But there's no time for reflecting on why you might be here. As the cell walls collapse, dust rises into the air, and the crowd starts cheering as you are now faced off against either a group of angry goblins or a group of angry kobolds. So let's see, we got 3 goblins and 2 kobolds right now. I'm gonna roll to see who will get to go first. So odds for kobolds, evens for goblins. And it is odds. So one of the kobolds, you have the first action. Currently, you have nothing. There are a bunch of weapons that have been poured into your cell. You're surrounded in this Colosseum. You have threatening beings across from you. You don't quite understand why they're facing off. You don't quite understand why you're here in the first place. So what would you like to do? Either one of you.
We're still in our cell?
The cell
Or
walls
we can
have
get out.
the cell walls have fallen off, essentially,
Okay.
fallen outwards, and you are now free to make your way out into the rest of the Colosseum.
Can we talk to each other?
You certainly can.
Rascal! What's going on? I didn't know anything about this.
What are
Never
we
seen
supposed
this
to be doing?
I don't know. I thought
Don't
this was another one.
understand.
Okay. And I want to look out into the arena. And what do I see? Anything?
You see a group of goblins who seem similarly confused, but also a whole bunch of weapons at their feet. And then towering above you are the stadium seating of this Colosseum with people, 360 degrees around you, all cheering. And then you see a large balcony kind of setup where you recognize a few of the people that had come through earlier to kind of view who would be fighting. You recognize the robes and the glint of jewelry, even from this distance. You can recognize them as the same people, and they seem to be kind of overseeing this whole fiasco.
Okay, I want to. Oh, go on.
I think all the terrible tall things want us to fight.
Oh, but I like fighting when they're not watching.
That's true. So, are we going single file or are we going double stack?
Do you have a trench coat?
Can I please have a trench coat?
You can roll for a trench coat.
I would love a trench coat.
Go ahead.
Just
Go
one
ahead.
Dice?
Yeah, roll for trench coat. If you can hit
3.
a 2, so Rascal reaches down to the floor of the cell and lifts up a trench coat high above her head, and it looks like it could probably fit 2 or 3 kobolds in it if you wanted to.
Awesome.
We only have 2, so here we go. And can I jump on his shoulders and then whoosh,
I think, yeah, you have the trench coat. I think jumping on Mutt's shoulders and bringing the trench coat around your own shoulders, free action, and the goblins. You are now not only facing against kobolds, but you now see some sort of mutated giant kobold wearing a heavy leather duster, well armored and very intent on harming you. That's what you see. So let's go to the goblins, and I want to get an idea of your initial reactions and anything that you do.
Amazing.
Hey, Snot. Why is that kobold so tall?
Boy, you with the funny coat, get naked. No fetch eating.
But there's only one of them. We can do it. He's big.
Yeah,
Jump
jump
one.
over. None of you guys
3
jump
against
on
1
me
in that
shoulders.
coat.
So is there any any spears, javelins,
Yeah,
any
what else
ranged
is there?
weapons?
Go ahead and roll to arm up. If you can roll a 2 or higher, you'll find a
yeah.
suitable weapon.
So yeah, I wiped my face like this because I rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1. Okay, so
I rolled a 1.
mark off a token for your failure,
How many
and
tokens do I have?
you'll just have 1 right now.
Okay.
So for every failure, you gain a token, and then you can use that token to either turn a failure into a success, or any roll into a 6 for leveling
Gotcha.
up that skill. So
Okay.
as you're pawing around on the ground trying to find a suitable ranged weapon, you're kicking them, out of the way, and you don't find anything useful that you can throw. It looks like they might have dumped just a bunch of trash, and you don't recognize a useful weapon, unfortunately.
Yeah, I found a banana peel also.
Oh,
So I'm
great.
holding a banana peel out at them, which could come in handy, though.
It could. Banana peels
Yeah,
are
so I have a
notoriously
banana peel.
slippery, so keep that in mind.
I'm gonna go for the same, trying to find something.
Okay,
2. Oh boy.
2.
More banana peels.
So
Boggle
2.
doesn't like
2 is
bananas.
all you needed. So 2 is a
Oh.
success. If you can meet
Oh.
a 2. So what kind of weapon are you trying to find? What is
I
Boggle
want something. Bargo likes his little hand axes. So
Hand
under
axes,
his banana
okay.
peel, he finds a little crude hand axe.
Perfect. Yep. Okay. So as you pull up this hand axe, you face off. You can see, unfortunately, your companions are empty-handed or kind of dangling a banana peel out. You at least have something presumably useful in your hands right now, as this large, towering kobold starts moving towards you. Kobolds, what would you like to do?
Not too fast. We don't want to spook them.
Oh, lure them in and then tackle them. Got it. And I will walk slowly, like creep walk, like a Pink Panther walking.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for a slinky walk, and this will be 2 or 2 or higher.
I rolled a 6.
Perfect. Okay, so this is the first opportunity to gain a new skill. What would you like it to be? This could be maybe like stealth 2, or it could be something related to like the actual act of walking. So I guess like a patient walk or power walk or what something, whatever you think.
Mall walking.
Yeah, if I could do like sea legs or the ability to maintain my balance.
Oh,
that would
perfect.
work.
Yeah,
Okay.
excellent. So sea legs 2. So that's your new skill. Should you ever use that, you will roll 2d6 instead of just 1. All right. So Mutt is quite adept at balancing you on his shoulders, Rascal. What are you doing as the trench coat kind of sits on your shoulders snugly, moving towards these goblins?
I'd like to look around on the ground and see if I can see a ranged weapon that I can tell Mutt to hand me.
Ooh, okay. Yep. Go ahead. It'll be a 2 or higher as you look down and try and spot something useful. Another
Gonna
6.
win.
Oh,
Okay. What
We're all
weapon?
getting 1s.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What weapon do you find?
Oh, ranged. Has to be small. Like a oversized throwing knife. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay, I'm imagining something maybe like a messer blade or a kukri blade.
Sure.
A little bit heavier. Okay, excellent. What's the skill that you just developed?
Oh.
So this could be like as broad as find things
Okay.
2, or it could be like armory 2, so more dedicated to weapons. So either one of those kind of makes sense in this situation. Or if you got another one.
I like the find things.
Okay.
It sounds useful.
Okay, cool. So find things 2 is your skill.
Find things 2.
Yeah,
Did
as
I-
you...
Okay,
go ahead.
cool.
Go ahead.
Nope. Then that's because I rolled the 6 that I got the new skill.
Correct. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Correct. All right. So as you point this out to Mutt, Mutt leans down just a little bit in that Pink Panther gate, snatches it up, passes it up. Actually, I guess passes it up through the trench
Through the
coat, right? Like,
Thank
pull it up.
you.
Yeah.
I
And,
don't know
you
what
kinda-
part of his body just reached down and grabbed that knife off the ground, but that was
in
creepy.
his coat.
So we've got a creepy, tall, slender kobold with a giant knife coming at you. So goblins, you're not looking very great in this moment. So what do you do?
Hey, Snot, Boggle, I have an idea. Okay, here's what we do. We walk backwards, single file at them, so they think we're walking away.
Oh,
And then
tactics.
we chuck the banana peels under their feet.
University. He graduated from university.
He's the smart one.
Amazing.
Yes.
I'm
Trash can
Garfunkel.
University.
I love this so much.
Boggle really wants to throw this axe, though.
Let's
Okay,
do.
Boggle, you get in the front then. And once we throw the
All right.
bananas, you axe them.
All right.
You
Got
axe
it.
them real good.
Is the front the back? Or is the back
Yes.
the front?
Yes.
The back. So the
Always
back is
the back is the
walking-
front.
The
The
front.
back is always the front, Snot.
Okay. Right. Hold on. Okay.
So let's do this. We're gonna do a 6 roll for this. I want all 3 of you to roll, and you because you're kind of working as a team. Yes. Yep. And you can add your score together. So add up everything to as long
I
as
got
you
a
meet
6.
a 6. Oh, okay.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Starting us
Oh.
with a 6. We're
Okay.
coming back.
Excellent.
One.
A 1 from Boggle. Okay.
I don't know which end of the line to go to.
And a 4. Okay, so we got an 11 total for the 3 of you walking backwards to make it look like you're walking away or running away, essentially, to draw them in. Boggle, unfortunately, with the lowest roll with your axe, are you really, really intent on? I'm gonna throw this so good. I'm gonna throw this so good.
Can't wait.
But Slog, with your 6, you get a new skill. So it could be this could be as broad as like deception, or it could be moving backwards, or just like backwards.
I'm going with deception.
Deception.
'cause,
Okay.
Yeah, I can play with that.
All right. So deception 2. Deception
Yeah.
2. So next time you try and deceive somebody, you can roll 2 dice.
That's pretty much all I'm gonna do from here out.
Now that you've got this going. Okay. Perfect. All right. So Slog and Boggle, the 2 of you, and Snot are all kind of like moving backwards. Mutt and Rascal, these goblins have like turned, and a few of them look like they're running away. They're back to. And they're, pumping their arms. They look like they're running away. One of them doesn't look entirely sure what he's doing. He keeps on looking over his shoulder. He's kind of feeling the weight of that axe. But it looks like they're running away. What do you do?
Wait, they're running away, but they're getting bigger. I don't understand what's happening.
Oh no, they can grow bigger like us. You got that axe, or you got that knife, right?
It's right here. Do I throw it now or later?
The bigger they are, the harder they fall, so let's wait.
Okay, if you say so.
So Mutt
This is
continues his slow Pink Panther slink, getting closer as the goblins start getting taller and taller and taller as they get closer, walking backwards. I'm gonna have Boggle. I think this is your moment to shine. My baby boy Boggle. You're in position. You've tricked these kobolds. You've drawn them in close. You've got that hatchet ready. Why don't you? What would you like to do? I guess I want to give you the initiative in this case.
Boggle wants to throw the axe. He licks his finger, checks the wind, lines up, and runs and yells, "To the face!" and tries to whip this hand axe as hard as he can.
Okay.
Thanks.
May I ask which face you were aiming for? The lower face or the higher face?
It would have to be the higher face. He's
Okay.
Very convinced it's just a tall kobold. So.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll this. I think this will be a little bit more difficult. This is going to be a 4 to.
I rolled a 6.
Roll a 6. Excellent.
A good roll,
Okay.
finally.
All right. So
Axe to the face.
you gain a new skill. This could be axe. This could be
Axe to the
the face.
To the face.
Yeah, it could just be to the face too.
Yeah.
If you want to
I don't
go
mind
that
that.
route. Okay.
Yeah, to the face.
All right. As poor Rascal catches a solidly thrown hatchet straight to the face, bounces. Luckily, these weapons are not super sharp. Otherwise, it probably would have stuck into her face. But it still kind of, wobbles you. Mutt is doing his best to try and keep his balance from the blow as you tilt back from the force of it. And I want to go back to the kobolds as you realize that you have now been tricked.
Oh, can I throw the knife now?
Throw it! Throw it!
Okay, so this will be a 4 as well. Are you aiming for the goblin that attacked you or anyone? Okay.
Bargle's
Feud
slapping,
has
he's
begun.
slapping his knees. He's so happy right now. He's about to get
A
right.
1!
What?
Oh no!
So your knife. Where does your knife go? What happens as you miss?
I was so angry that I didn't grab it hard enough as I was gonna throw it, and it slips out of my hand and lands like equidistant between me and the goblins.
Ooh, in the middle. Okay, excellent. All right, so make sure you mark off a token for something later. As and I want to have Mutt and one of the goblins. The two of you, I want to have make a roll off right now with how you are going to get to that knife. As Boggle's kind of like dancing. And,
He's stoked right
yeah,
now.
being super stoked about his hatchet throw. Slog and Snot realize like there's another weapon out here. We need to get it. And Mutt, you're also like, oh my, we need to get this knife. We need to throw it again. So let's do a roll off between two or perhaps two of the goblins versus Mutt. You could also do it that way too.
I think Snot was in the back, right? The front was the back. So
Yeah.
I think you should make the roll.
Okay.
Oh no!
That doesn't
One.
look good. A
One.
one from Snot.
My dice is stuck. My dice has all ones.
Slips on his own banana peel.
And Mutt, what did
I
what
rolled a
did you
4.
rolled a 4? Okay, all right. So Snot, go and mark a token. Actually, you already had a token.
I had one,
Yeah.
so now I have two.
Okay.
Do I have two?
Use
Oh.
that. You could use that previous token to turn that failure into a success if you want, or you could hang on to 2 tokens. That's up to you.
A success. Success means what? A 6?
So in this case, it would simply mean a success versus Mutt's 4. So it would be like a 5 or a 6, but it would not count towards advancement to a new skill.
Well, since it's Mutt, I'll take the token.
Okay. All right. So you got two tokens now. All right.
No.
Excellent.
Oh no! I mean, I'll take the win.
You'll take the win. Perfect.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll take
so
the win.
You'll spend the token and
EJ knew what I was talking about.
yeah. Yeah. All right. So Snot, it scampers up, and you are able to grab the knife as Mutt is trying to beat you there, but doesn't quite make it. Slog, is there anything that you want to do with that banana peel? at this moment?
Yeah, I am diving between Snot's legs as he picks up this knife, and I'm putting the banana peel right under Mutt.
Okay. I feel like you've got to roll a 4 or higher because that's what Mutt had rolled for his running skill. So if you can beat that, you rolled a 4. Okay.
I rolled a 4.
So, Slog, why don't you describe what?
So Slog dives between Snot's legs. His head is like right in a bad place, but he reaches out and he drops that banana peel and gets his hand stepped on, but doesn't care, and leaves it right under his foot.
Okay, Mutt, you step on a banana peel. What does this look like?
This looks like Mutt rolling for sea legs too.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
nice.
Okay. I'm gonna say with you're gonna have to beat a 4 essentially. So that was the attack from Slog. So yep.
2 dice.
I rolled a 5 and a 1.
Perfect. Okay. So sea legs. So there's a slip, and then legs in the air, trying to catch yourself like Luigi style.
Hold on in there. Hold on.
As Mutt is able to keep his balance just barely, but Snot now has the one weapon that is in play in this moment, and there's a very tall kobold basically right there. So what do you do, Snot?
So they're still stacked.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I am going with knife in hand to try to leap up onto Rascal's shoulders. Super leap. Okay.
Level
3.
Level 3. Perfect. This is going to be a 6. Let's go for it.
Oh. Well, listen. All my rolls together haven't added up to 6.
That's true.
All right. I rolled a 4.
You rolled a 4. Okay.
Yeah. I rolled a 4.
So you have 2 tokens.
I have one. I used one.
Oh, you used one. That's right. Okay, so you got 1 token. So you can either use that to succeed and get up there, or you can take the failure but use it to advance that leap into a level 2. If you think that jumping and leaping would be valuable in the future.
I have another question though. Since I needed a 6 for a success, if I choose the success, do I get the level 2 as well?
No, it's one or the other. Yeah. So if you had the 2 tokens, then you could spend both of them to do that. But otherwise, it's just one or the other.
okay.
Yeah.
It's good goblin logic, though.
Garbage
absolutely.
University, right?
Yeah, I like where your head's at. Yeah.
I will use my token and take the success.
Perfect. Okay. So you just kind of squat down, look up, towering above you, and you just standing leap right up into the air onto Rascal's shoulders. And you have the knife in hand, right?
Yes.
Okay. So knife in hand. Rascal, I was going to go to you next anyway, but it seems like you're in the position to act now. So Rascal, what do you do as this wily little goblin has jumped all the way up to your shoulders?
The world looks different up here, boys.
Get off of me! I'm gonna punch him.
Just like punch upwards. Standard attack is going to be a 4 or higher in this case.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. 6!
Oh. Okay. All right. So you land some solid punches on Snot, kind of just beating him with your fists, hitting his thighs, his ankles, his knees, maybe catch him in the stomach with a blow.
My goal was to knock him off of my shoulders.
Perfect. Yeah, I think with that amount of pummeling, he topples backwards. What is the skill that you would like to gain from that 6? This could be
Pummel.
Pummel. Okay, yeah,
Yes.
Pummel. Perfect. Pummel 2. Pummel 2. All right. Let's go back
Who
down.
needs a weapon, boys?
Yeah.
When you got these fists.
When you got these.
Just little kobold things.
Let's go to Boggle. Boggle, as you're watching, your celebration has been over for a moment here. You're seeing that Snot has attempted to do something super goblin. He made it up onto the shoulders, but the kobold was super fast to react to it. He has fallen into the dust, little dust rising up around him. Boggle, what do you do?
Yeah, Boggle would stop his celebration and watch in amazement as Snot jumped up. And then as he gets pummeled and lands, I think Boggle would find that pretty funny. He lets out a little goblin laugh.
Teamwork, boys. Teamwork.
And he starts scanning for what he considers his lucky hand axe. And starts to scramble and try to run and pick it up again.
Excellent. Okay, so what I'll say is that you will find it. I think that there's it didn't go that far. You will find it without a roll. I want to know if you want to risk a roll to either speed up that process or find something better.
Oh, he likes the hand axe. It worked out well, so I will try to speed up the process.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So basically, what I'll allow you to do with this action is, if you can roll a 3 or higher, you'll be able to make an attack or do something immediately afterwards because you've rushed to the hand axe, retrieved it, and now you have it at the ready and can act.
Gotcha.
So 3 or higher.
Nope. That is a 2.
Okay. All right. So you're able to retrieve the axe. It just takes you a couple more moments than what you're hoping.
Go hands and knees, looking around for it.
Scrambling through the dust. Snot kind of falls on him, still, trying to get to his feet. Come on, get off of me. Give me I'm trying to find my hand axe. Go ahead and mark a token for you as well. All right. And Mutt, as you have been kind of dealing with this whole thing, you weren't fast enough to get to the knife. You saw Snot jump up over you onto Rascal. What are you going to do right now?
I want to first take stock of the crowd. How are they enjoying this so far?
So far, they're losing their minds. This is amazing. I mean, you're just like a big pile of kobolds and goblins scrambling around in the dirt. There's dust everywhere. You're running into each other. There's been a banana peel that showed up for some reason. The crowd is absolutely loving it. The crowd of nobles that is overseeing it are very, politely clapping and standing there stoically, of course. I can't show too much emotion in this sort of thing, but everybody seems to be enjoying the I don't know what you would call it. This isn't necessarily a fight. This is more of just like a scrum or a scrap right now, but everybody seems to be enjoying it.
Okay. I'll peek out of the trench coat real quick and I'll see Slog on the way and I'll see Snot real close by and I'll close my trench coat and jump on top of Snot. Just feet first, both just pounding him into the ground.
Okay. We're going to make this pretty difficult because you've still got Rascal on your shoulders. So that we're going to call this a 5 higher. Roll a 5 or 6. Go.
That's a 4.
4. Okay. All right. So mark a token. And unfortunately, you just don't have the force necessary. Rascal's a little bit heavier than what you were expecting. You thought you might be able to get some air. Also, I don't know, Snot, how portly of a goblin are you?
No, I'm slippery.
Slippery. Oh, okay. All right. So yeah. So
see what I did there?
Yeah. I love it. All right. So Mutt, you're attempting to jump up. You just can't. It's a little too much weight. And let's go to Slog. Actually, we haven't had an action here. Slog.
All right. Slog is down on the ground after his last move and sees Mutt jump on Snot. So he crawls over under the trench coat and says, "Get up, you lazy snot, and help me lift this guy up." And he gets up under Mutt and tries to lift him up on his shoulders with both of them.
Just making a stack of people. Yeah. Oh my god! All right. This will be a 6 because you're not only lifting Mutt, you're also lifting Rascal. But in this case, if Snot and Slog, if the two of you want to work together, you can both roll and add that together. So as long as you can get to 6 combined, you will succeed. Yeah.
I need some snotty magic.
Yeah.
4.
I got a 3. 3 and a 4.
That's a 7.
So wait. Goblin math.
7.
Okay. So the two of you climb in underneath this trench coat as Mutt is jumping in the air trying to stomp on Snot. And he's mid-air as the two of you rise up simultaneously and kind of catch him underneath the knees, right? And you side by side, lift. And now you've created a 3 goblin / kobold tall person in a trench coat with 4 legs that is kind of like weaving back and forth. You know, as Rascal, you're getting pretty high up there at this point. I kind of like the idea that the trench coat is up off the ground, but it's only about waist height for Slog and Snot still. So it just looks like there's 4 legs kind of shimmying back and forth underneath the trench coat. Mutt peeks out again, like, what is happening? And then closes it real quick. I want to Boggle. Boggle, what are you doing, man?
Boggle scrambles and finds his hand. Oh, Boggle's hand axe, and then turns. And he's like, where'd everyone go? They ate him. It's tall. Look how big it is. Oh my god. I need a face. I need a face to hit. And he starts trying to scramble around. And is there any faces poking out? He's got his hand axe for it. Just a face way at the top.
There's one face all at the top. Poor Rascal.
That's pretty high up.
It is really high up.
How did I get so tall?
A face.
I like Rascal, like, arms are out, you know, trying to balance, like, wobbling.
Yeah. Actually, he's going to put the hand axe away and think to himself, oh, goblin smarts. Is there rope or anything?
Ooh, to find something here in the Coliseum, go and roll a 2 or higher. As you check
5.
the, perfect. You find a rope. Is there anything else that you might want to find that could be attached to that rope? Because I think with a 5, you find maybe a little bit of a bonus.
Oh, interesting. I guess if he was his intent, he's thinking is to like do like the old Star Wars, where like the AT walkers, where you tie up the legs. So maybe like a grapple hook or something. It might make it easier.
Perfect. Love it. Yeah, I think you find like a 2-prong hook that you quickly tie off. You're kind of swinging it around your
just
head.
Standing there swinging it. Tuck the hand axe in my little
this
belt.
tall thing is wobbling back and forth. So you're trying to like lasso or wrap around the
that's going to be his intention. He's
Perfect.
done a lot this turn, but that's what if they're big, we take him down. You got this, Boggle. And he just starts swinging the rope.
Okay. Do you say that out loud? Do you
like? Oh yeah, he talks to himself. 100%.
Okay. All right. I love how you're saying this, and everyone else is just in the trench coat, just hearing Boggle like, "You got this, buddy. You got this, Boggle."
He's gonna talk himself through
Goblin affirmations.
Yeah.
Go ahead, and I think this is going to be. Describe to me how you want to use this grapple, like what it looks like.
Let's see here. So it'd probably be a little bit of a crappy rope, maybe like a couple little bones on the end, makeshift kind of grapple.
Mm-hmm.
And he sees the 4 legs, and he doesn't know if he wants to trip it or if maybe it ate his friends, and he's going to try to pull them out. But he knows he's got to tie up those legs. And if it's Boggle versus this giant growing kobold, he's got to even the odds.
Okay. I think this will be a 5 or higher to kind of throw this hook into place and then do a little scamper around it to tie him up.
How's a 1?
How's it 1? Do you have any tokens you'd like to spend to make that a success?
I do have 1 token. You know what?
Okay.
This seems like a token well spent.
Okay. All right. So you grab a hold of one of these 4 legs that are scampering around, and you make a couple passes around with the rope. And it starts getting tighter and tighter and tighter. Slog and Snot, the 2 of you have been attacked from outside, and you can't help but think that the only other person out there is Boggle, and he's trying to maybe help you. It's unclear.
I look over at Snot and say, "This is a very Boggle thing."
I feel boggled. I still have the knife. Yes.
Yes, you do.
I still have the knife.
Because I'm afraid of the dark, so I was going to cut the trench coat open, but with my legs getting wrapped up, I think I'm going to
ruin my rope.
I'm going to have to cut the rope. I mean, I'm getting boggled.
All right. I think cutting a rope. I think 3. Let's make it a 3, just because it's moving. It's a little tricky. It's 3 or higher.
2.
A 2.
Stop rolling.
All right.
Stop rolling.
Mark a token, unless you want to spend a token.
I don't have one.
Okay. So mark a token, and so Slog and Snot, two of you are getting bound up, it is becoming more and more difficult for you to move. As Mutt, you realize that you're like suspended up above these two goblins that have kind of lifted you up in the air. You're kind of sitting a little bit on their shoulders, but they're moving a lot less. What would you like to do?
I would like to shout up to Rascal, and I'll say, Rascal, they've got us. They've lifted us up. Can you see anything to grab onto? Find something.
What do you want me to find?
I don't know. Look for things.
Do you want a weapon?
No, a pole. Lift us up off the ground so that they left below.
Oh, I get. Well, okay. So I'm looking for something for the two of us to grab onto?
That's my idea, is like a pole stretched out across, you grab on and lift us up.
Oh, okay. So are there like streamers or banners or anything like above the
Yes, absolutely. You know,
arena
they're hanging out over the arena, brightly colored banners, you know, as part of the festivities here. So you're kind of looking around trying to spot one of these that would be nearby. So if you want, this is a perfect opportunity, I think, to find something or...
Okay, I was going to say, is this a find things?
This is a find thing, yeah, find
and
things.
I have 2 dice, so I
Perfect.
roll 2. Okay.
So I think this will be a little tricky. Here in the Coliseum, you are a little bit taller, so I'm going to make this a 4 or higher.
Okay.
A lot taller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I rolled a 5 and a 2 for 7.
Okay, perfect. You find one of the nearby banners right there just within reach, and you can grab a hold of it. Now you're stable. Mutt is kind of swinging in the middle as Snot and Slog are kind of getting toppled a little bit, and you're kind of holding this whole leaning tower of miniature people aloft.
So,
As Boggle is just running circles around the feet going, "You got this, Boggle. You got it, Boggle. You got it."
okay. Would it be possible for me to have slipped the trench coat off my shoulders before I grabbed the banner?
Sure, yeah.
And then yell down to Mutt, hold on, just hold on.
Okay,
And so the idea is if he can hold on, the trench coat's just going to fall on top of everybody below us.
Mm-hmm. So you shrug the trench coat off as you lift. You shout, "Hold on." You grab a hold of this banner hanging, shouting to Mutt, "Just hold on." Mutt, you grab a hold of Rascal's legs as you try and move your legs free from Slog and Snot, and Rascal, you are going to swing out using... Am I right? Like you're trying to swing out and off? Oh my god. Let's do a roll for... Let's do a roll for Rascal. And then Mutt, you'll have to do a roll to hang on to Rascal. So Mutt, your roll is going to be lower. If you can hit a 2 or higher, you'll be fine. Rascal, you're going to have to hit a 5 or higher to be able to hold on both the weight.
I rolled a 5.
Ooh, both of you rolled a 5. Perfect. What does this look like? I want Mutt's action first, since he's on the bottom. And then once we get an idea of what Mutt does, I want to get an idea of what Rascal does afterwards. So, yeah, what does it look like, Mutt?
Yeah, Mutt flies free and swings, and I think he's he would like to see if there is another pole, another banner that he could, acrobatics dive off of and grab hold of, so that he's on one also.
You're going full trapeze artist here.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna say there is that they're at like regular intervals around the inside of this arena. I think this is gonna be a 6 to get to the next one as Rascal swings her feet out and you try and release at the right point.
I rolled a 4, but I would like to spend my token.
Okay, perfect. So you swing out at the just perfect moment of height you release your hold on Rascal and spin. And I imagine as you're doing this, your momentum is causing you to do like a little bit of a backflip through the air, and you reach out and grab a hold of the next banner and start swinging on that. As Rascal, what do you do? As this weight has been lifted from you and you see Mutt fly out ahead of you and grab a hold of the next banner.
Do I have an action right now?
Yeah, I want a description right now. It might include an action, but I just want to get an idea what it's like.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'll let Mutt off and to the next banner, but I'm hanging on to the one that I'm on such that I could swing back, and I'm looking for a target to land on. A goblin target. Maybe if I can just land on top of the trench coat.
So I was just about to say, at this point, you're swinging back, you're looking down, and you see the trench coat fall on top of the other two goblins as they're struggling within it, not being able to move a whole lot, as you see a rope kind of trailing out and Boggle still making loops around. So if you just want to let go and power bomb, like drop on top of
yes,
or body, not power bomb, cannonball.
Yes.
Yeah, cannonball drop onto them. Go for it. Let's do a 4. I think that's what I've had for attack. So let's do a 4 or higher.
2. But I would like to spend my token.
You spend your token.
Oh.
Perfect. All right. You drop free fall. There's probably a good second and a half of you in the air as the crowd just and then bam, and just dust goes flying everywhere. The sleeves and the tails of the trench coat like flap from the force of the drop, as Slog and Snot and Rascal are now just in this pile amalgamation of trench coat and kobold and goblin, all mixed up. Boggle, you see this happen. Your rope is just kind of messed up in all of this. What do you do? And then I want to go to Slog and Snot after that. You have successfully taken this giant thing down, by the way. Like,
yeah, I think Boggle's pretty happy with himself.
Yeah.
I think he's playing it up to the crowd a little bit, maybe like the Hulk Hogan year, get some cheers in, and then he's just going to start pulling on the rope, thinking that he has saved, either toppled it or pulled his friends out for being eaten by this giant kobold growing monster. Oh, good job, Boggle. Good job. And he just starts pulling the rope towards him.
Start pulling. I think you're kind of pulling the whole mass slowly towards you. It's just so wound up.
Grunting.
Yeah. Slog and Snot, the two of you had something fairly heavy drop on top of you from a great height. You were wrapped up.
It was also screaming.
It was also screaming.
Just turned into WWF.
Yeah.
It is.
Slog and Snot, you got rope wrapped around your legs. You've got a trench coat all wrangled up around you. Something screaming and heavy dropped on and kind of knocked you to the ground. I want to get an idea of what the two of you do.
This is weird. Okay.
We're tied together.
Yeah. Slug is deathly afraid of confinement. Okay. So he just starts rolling. Like on his side, rolling and over whatever's in his way.
Okay.
And also screaming.
And also screaming.
Yes.
Just lots of screaming right now. It's just so many screams. Let's do a roll because you're not going to be able to roll too far wrapped up in the rope. So this will be partially you being able to like wriggle loose of that, and then to roll free of this whole mess. So I think a 4 or higher will do it for you.
That's a 6.
Excellent. Okay.
Nice.
So you are able to kind of wriggle your feet free as the loops of the rope, just before they start to tighten, as Boggle, starts reeling in his prize. You're able to slip loose and roll free, pushing the trench coat out of your way, rolling through the dust. What is the skill that you have just gained?
I have just gained the skill of roly-poly.
Roly-poly.
Yes.
All All right, Roly Poly 2. Roly Poly 2. Excellent. Snot. You can feel a weight kind of leave as your buddy Slog is able to get through.
So I'm still inside the rope and under the trench coat and under Rascal.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. This is a great place to be. I am going to just out of complete fear of whatever just landed on me, I'm just going to take a great big bite through the trench coat and just try to.
Okay.
I'm not a goblin, right?
Yeah. Excellent. Let's do 4 or greater.
1.
I love the hanging head.
It's unbelievable.
He's hanging his head a lot over there.
You got a token this time, though, yeah?
I do have a token, yes.
Okay.
So I can make the bite successful, yeah?
You can, or you could fail and turn it into bite 2. So the next time you try and do it, you would have better odds of success.
Oh, I want that because I keep failing. So I want 2 dice.
Okay, excellent. All right, so you can't seem to get enough of your mouth around the trench coat to get through anything that might be on
a
the other
mouthful of
side.
trench coat.
Yeah, it's just it's all dusty. Kind of smells like kobolds a little bit, you know.
Nice.
And you spit it out, but you feel confident that the next time you try and do this, you learn from your experiences, and you will be a little bit better at it. Rascal's fault. I want to go back over to Mutt, and then we'll go to Boggle. So Mutt, you are now hanging from a second large banner. You've heard behind you Rascal scream, and then a big whoop as she's landed and dust has blown up into the air. What do you do?
As I'm swinging, I want to take a backswing, and I want to look over my shoulder or look between my legs to see if I can see them still. And
I think as you swing backwards, you do a quick look and you get an idea of what's happening. You see Slog kind of like roll free of the trench coat. You see Rascal still like kind of fighting with it. There's movement underneath of somebody trapped underneath, and then Boggle, of course, is reeling in his rope. So that's you get a good idea of this.
Right. Okay. Well, I can't let Slog go free, so I'm going to, on my backswing, let go.
And I'll just fly through the air and try to target him. Perfect. This will be a 4 to make an attack. Another cannonball body slam.
I rolled a 4.
So Slog, you roll free. You take a big breath as you're now free, and you just see a kobold flying through the air, spread eagle, coming out of nowhere, and just lands on you. All limbs kind of get thrown up into the air, wind knocked out of you. The two of you are very intimate for a moment, as the bodies kind of compress a little bit and then bounce apart from the force. Let's go to Boggle. As now we have just flying kobolds all over them.
Yeah, dropping out of the sky.
Yeah.
I think Boggle's pretty satisfied with his rope, even though it was a disaster from the beginning. But he's going to go back to the hand axe and start skulking around, looking. Need a face. I need a face. I need a face. And he's got his hand axe up.
Need a face. I love it.
I need a face. So I don't know if Rascal and Snot, they got the trench coat thing going, so maybe it's Mutt's face as he comes.
It might be Mutt. Yeah, I feel like Mutt's probably the most likely to be seen right now. Yeah.
All right. So I have level 2 to the face. So
level.
I roll both that.
Yep.
Roll 6.
A 6 and a 2.
6 and a 2. Excellent. Do you have a token?
I do not have a token.
Okay. All right. I was going to say this could be an opportunity for you to get a level 3 skill with that, but still successful as you heave for the second time your hand axe straight to the face. I'm imagining you're throwing this over Rascal and Snot, right? Like they're kind of like fighting in this trench coat. You spot on the other side as Mutt slams into Slog. You just see Slog's hands and legs go up into the air, and Mutt kind of bounces for a moment, looks over at you, and for that split second, you see Mutt's face in full view, and you just heave that hand axe.
I don't imagine it's much of a straight throw, because I picture him kind of scrawny, so it's got a bit of an arc, so it's just like a slow arc.
Nice. Strikes Mutt in the face.
Start
Perfect.
celebrating
perfect aim.
immediately, slapping his knees.
I think another round of applause comes from the arena
Already
as
starting to go to his head a little bit.
Boggle is showing some dare I say prowess with his hatchet. As the rest of you are still just kind of scrambling around. I want to get an idea of some stuff from Snot. We haven't heard from Snot for a moment. And then we'll go to Rascal.
Oh, I get to go again.
Mhm.
Am I still?
You are
tied
still
up
under the trench coat. Yeah.
Goodness. All right, I'm gonna go.
The rope is
for-
loose, though. It is no longer being
Right.
pulled tight as Boggle has dropped it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the WWF reversal. I'm gonna try to reverse myself and whoever's on top of me so that they're under the trench coat and I'm on top of them.
Ooh, nice.
Oh,
Okay.
The old switcheroo.
Yep. All right. I
Yeah.
think this will be a little bit more difficult than a typical attack, just because you can't necessarily see who it is, and you're trying to move like trench coat and person. So we're just going to make it a 5 instead of a 4. So a 5 or higher.
5.
Nailed it.
My first. Success.
Nailed it. Okay. Nailed it. As Snot, you just reach up, grab the whole thing, and then roll over. Right? It's like Rascal
Yeah.
screams, and Rascal, you've got the opportunity to react to that, as you are the one now underneath the trench coat with somebody on top of you.
Okay. I would like to think that Rascal has hidden things in this trench coat,
Ooh.
thus that I could find a weapon in it now that I'm literally in it.
Perfect. Yes.
Good.
Go for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
And I rolled 2. Okay.
Yep.
fine.
As long as you don't roll a 2, you'll be successful. The number will determine the scale of your success.
I rolled a 6 and a 3.
6 and a 3. Perfect. Okay. 9 is fantastic. What is it that you're looking for?
I like that laugh.
Taser. That was a taser laugh.
I would like to find my
that was like
kobold
grenade
size.
laugh.
Can I please have a grenade? No, the kobold would not have a grenade.
Kobold
in a
artist
trench coat. I would like to find my slingshot
Okay. Perfect.
and manage to get that out of the. And then with the slingshot, I would like to think that I have like a collection of special rocks. Can I please find them both?
Yeah, I think with a 9, I think you're able to
Okay.
you're able to snatch your slingshot and the small little pouch of special rocks that you stashed in there. Yeah, so you've now, like, you're still underneath the trench coat.
I'm still in the trench coat.
Yeah. Yeah, but
So
you've
I
got
just
a
start
weapon.
screaming. Not help!
Mutt is rubbing his face right now where a hatchet hit him, so he's not going to be a whole lot of help.
Did it get your face too?
Slog, let's hear from you.
Slog is recovering from getting pounced on by a flying kobold, and he didn't even know kobolds could fly. But he is going to exercise his newfound skill of roly-poly and roll toward the other people that are fighting in the trench coat.
Perfect. Okay. Roly-poly 2. Yeah, I'm going to say that if you can hit a 4 or higher with the 2 dice, you'll be good to go.
Double 6s.
Wow. Okay. So
What happens?
Yeah, I don't even know what that
So
is.
with
Yeah,
double
I don't
sixes,
even know.
you get another skill. So as long as whatever skill that you're rolling, whether it's 1 die, 2 dice, 3 dice, 4 dice, if all of them are 6s, that's when you gain a new skill. So this next skill will be something 3.
All right, here's what I think Slug would do here.
Mhm.
All right, he's going to roll toward the group, but he feels like he gets a hold as he's rolling because he's so good at it. And he just launches Mutt up in the air toward the trench coat pile.
Ooh. Okay. All right.
Bro.
So is this? Is
Yes.
this throw 3? Is this kind of like a jujitsu?
It
or
is,
judo throw?
it is
Ooh,
Lego
nice.
Launch 3.
Yeah. Launch
Can it
3.
be specifically
Yeah, launch
launch kobold? Can that be the skill?
It can.
No, I'm just kidding.
Launch 3.
Launch
Okay.
3.
Excellent. As Mutt just tumbles into the air, all which way, arms flailing, and comes down and slams. Well, he's going to actually land on Snot first, and then hit Rascal, if I remember the order of everything.
Oh, you're here. That was fast.
He's here to help. You asked for help. Look at how quickly.
Yeah, here he is.
Before we go to Mutt, I want to let's go to Boggle as you are continuing your celebration, and then we'll go to Mutt from there.
Oh, I think he's pretty happy about his hand axe throwing, so he's gonna start scrambling for his little axe again.
Okay, excellent. Because both Mutt and Rascal are otherwise busy at the moment, I think you're able to kind of spend this turn and you retrieve your hand axe. I don't think there's a roll necessary. I think you've now got
Sounds
it
good.
again, and you're just
soaking up the crowd a little bit too.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe kind of waving your hands up in the air.
Yeah.
Or you get your hand axe, waving it around.
Yeah, totally.
You're like, I'm looking for face. All right.
Yeah.
Mutt, you have just been launched into the air, tumbling through the air, landed on Snot. You can hear Rascal scream underneath, but that is also she is also thankful that you have arrived to assist her. What do you do?
I know that Rascal's underneath, and she called for me, so I'm going to, I'm going to look for any kobold claw that I can see and just start tugging, trying to pull her out. Okay.
So Snot is like below you, so you can definitely grapple a hold of Snot, any part of him. Yeah. And what are you trying to just like pull him off of Rascal? Or are you
I'm trying to find Rascal's hand and pull her
out
Rascal's
from underneath. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Go ahead and you don't have find something. I was just about to say you.
I do not.
I was like, Rascal has that better skill. Go ahead, and I think this would probably also be similar to an attack. So 4 or higher to try and find Rascal beneath.
Rolled a 3 with no tokens.
Okay, so mark a token as you start. I imagine that Snot and you were kind of like wrestling a little bit. Vying for position. You're trying to, reach underneath. He's slapping your hands away as Rascal is just like shouting from underneath, like, "Help me! Get me out of here!" Snot, how do you respond to Mutt's attacks?
So Mutt just landed on me, so I'm going to kind of swing around and see his little scaly ankle, and I'm going to tuck a napkin in my shirt. And I'm gonna put a little salt on his ankle, and I'm gonna take bite 2 and just clunk.
Yeah, a little bit of salt. I love it. I
wrote a 3 and a 5.
3 to 5. Okay, 8 is good enough. So you make the attack. Is it like Tom and Jerry or something like that? Like pulls
like
the
a corn.
Yeah, the pant leg up a little bit and salts it real quick. And chomps down on Kobold's meaty little tendon, and you take a good bite. Bite 2. So you make a pretty good chomp with all of that. Mutt, I'm gonna say that you're kind of like held in place as somebody is gnawing on your leg as you're trying to fight them off. Rascal, from underneath, you are now hearing Mutt. He's getting the brunt of everything currently.
Oh no, not your face again!
No, it's my leg. My leg. Oh, I can't breathe.
From underneath the trench coat, can I try and pummel the goblin off of me
100%.
and dislodge the bite maybe at the same time?
Absolutely, you can. Yep.
Okay.
4. All right, here's what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Here's what I'm gonna say. 4 will be successful pummeling of what is on top of you.
Okay.
A 6 or higher will be that you are pummeling Snot specifically.
Got a 5 and a 2 for a 7.
Okay, perfect. All right, so you how do you gauge which one is kobold and which one is goblin as you start pummeling?
Well, I just heard Mutt talk. And so I'm going for the where his voice wasn't and
Okay.
trying to. I would also think I can smell a goblin. So
Sure.
I can
Yeah.
tell which direction is kobold.
We smell good.
You know,
Stinky little buggers. Yeah.
So I just
Kobolds
rub
smell
underneath the
bad.
trench coat. Like it's still through the trench coat because I haven't technically got out from under the trench coat. You just these little fists just.
I'm envisioning something like a Street Fighter combo, where like your first couple punches kind of lift Snot up into the air a little bit, and then you have a couple more punches and then a kick through the trench coat, and Snot lifts a little bit further into the air, and you're just like pummel until he's maybe 5 or 6 feet up in the air from the multitude of hits, and then like slams back down in the dust off of you. And you kind of, whip aside the trench coat as you are now free out in the open.
If Jeremy says finish him, I'm in trouble.
Yeah. So I want to have basically one more round with everybody, as this is going to be kind of the final round of this fight, as all of you at this point are basically becoming exhausted, right? Like you're not going to be able to fight to the death at this point. You've all taken some abuse, with the exception of Boggle. Boggle's actually in pretty good shape, but he's a little more into grandstanding than he is actually closing his
he's
whole
playing
thing
it
down.
Are you not
So
entertained?
let's start with Slog, and this will be your final action in this whole fight. So make it a good one.
Sorry, I'm muted. I see Snot getting the snot punched out of him. So I'm gonna just run and dive on the pot,
Okay.
and then try to grab Mutt and do a roll, like barrel roll him off and launch him again.
Okay. Excellent.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll. This is going to be launch 3.
Yeah,
Oh, good
Ooh.
God, Mutt.
3 dice.
Oh no. I just want to see what this is. I'm sure you're probably going to.
It's 10. It's a 5,
10
a 3,
total.
And a 2.
All right.
Yeah.
I love this so much. What does this look like as you like start running? And I'm imagining this is a roll in, kind of like a fireman's pickup, right? Like
Yeah.
you roll into his body, you're grabbing and using that momentum to launch
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
What does that exactly look like, and where do you launch him?
I think I'm just diving, and I don't know. I'm picturing the direction that like their cage is in this direction, away
Okay.
from me. So I'm running, and then I just dive, screaming like battle cry, screaming, but goblin nasally. And I just dive, grab him, and then start to roll, do 2 rolls, and then kick him off into the sky.
Perfect. Where are you trying to launch him back to the cage? Are you trying to launch him into the stands? Are you trying to launch him
Into the
out?
stands would be good. Are we
Okay.
close enough for that?
I'm gonna say yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
I'll launch him into the 3rd row.
okay. But you again, ragdoll flipping through the air, just with no sense of direction, as Slog again just launches you. You are going to land in the 3rd row on top of a bunch of cheering bystanders who are losing their minds. Pretzels, popcorn, beer goes flying everywhere. What do you do as your final moment in this fight?
I'll grab hold of the collar of one of them, and I'll say,
Help me unto some house, or I shall faint. Oh, they have made worms meat of me. I have it, and soundly too. Ugh.
and I fake die.
You fake die. I will give you the option of a roll to see to the extent in the case of maybe earning a new skill.
I rolled a 4.
Rolled a 4. Okay, I think your fake death is believable enough. I think there is visible concern from a few of the people around. Like, oh no, is he okay? And maybe you peek one eye open, to kind of look around and then shut it again, type situation. As Mutt hams it up over his death in the stands. Boggle, what do you do?
Bargle's still playing to the crowd, and he has his hatchet in the air. And what does Bargle need? And he's hoping that they're like, a face.
They shout back. They totally a face.
And then he turns and he scans, and he doesn't see Mutt, or maybe he sees Mutt like off in the crowd, so it's only Rascal's face. And he lines up and yells to the face again.
To the face. I think as you yell to the face, there's a chorus of to the face that echoes throughout the entire arena as you just line up Rascal's face. Yep, go ahead.
5 and a 1.
5 and a 1, good enough. As your
right.
hatchet for the 3rd time in a row.
Well, 3 for 3. With
Yeah,
this
I'm
thing.
imagining that at this point, like some people have some handmade signs. You know, like pitchers get the strikeouts and they put up the K's. Like this one's just face, and now there's 3 of them. People are waving them around. As Rascal, you get clocked, and I think you just like get splayed out onto the ground from that hit. That's a solid hit. And I will give you the option, Rascal. Do you want to go next and let Snot have the final act, or Snot, do you want to go next and let Rascal have the final act?
Who gets to choose? I'll let Rascal choose.
I'll go now. That's fine.
Okay, so Rascal, seeing stars lying on your back, slingshot and pebble still in your hand.
Yes, still in my hand.
What
I
do
would
you
like to think that my attention was toward Mutt, and then I see the signs to the face in the crowd,
Oh,
and
no.
just go, oh no. As I just get clocked straight in the face and then splayed out on either side, I'll sit up and try and launch a exploding rock
Ooh, okay.
Boggle.
At Boggle, a little bit of retribution.
He's not even paying attention. He's just hands in the air.
Yeah.
Exactly. See what you get in your face.
I think with an exploding rock, we're gonna call this a 6. So if you can get to a 6, go for it.
And I don't have this isn't find things or pummel, so I'm just rolling 1 dice. It's a 1.
Oh,
So, do you have a token to spend?
I don't. I
You
already
don't.
spent
Okay.
it.
So I think you try and take aim. You're seeing double, right? You know, there's a lot of boggles in front of you right now. You can't quite figure out which one's actually him, and you let loose with this exploding stone, and it just whizzes past him. And I think it just like blink and hits the side of the arena and falls to the ground. Fortunately, it was not one of your exploding stones. It's just a regular,
okay.
really fancy pebble that you liked. You had collected a long time ago. As you still kind of seeing stars topple back into the sand, unable to keep upright. And Snot, why don't you finish us off?
I'm going to go for the move of finish off with total embarrassment because she just had this muffle of the slingshot, so she's holding it out in front of her, and I'm going to grab the rubbery slingshot and try to snap it into her face.
It's like insult to injury.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I think that'll be a 4. Yeah, Ray, this sounds like an attack. Yep.
4.
4.
yes.
A second success.
Is this like a really malicious, like you're holding it to and just like drawing it as far back as you can to let it loose? Or is it just like you walking up and pulling it quick and just snapping
Yeah,
her?
I was going for more for the Three Stooges kind of move.
Okay, all right, yep. Yeah, quick little snap of the slingshot hits Rascal.
Embarrassment damage.
Yep, just embarrassment damage, emotional damage.
Right.
As she, kind of bounces again, and the goblins are victorious in this fight. As one of them is basically knocked out in the arena, the other one is dead. 3 rows up into the bleachers.
Yeah. All together, goblins to the face. To
To
the
the
face.
face.
I think the crowd is just face, just chanting it. Great showing, everybody. As all of you are collected, your weapons are collected. You are collected as well, ushered down below the arena, and you are simply like kicked out the back. without so much as a thank you, any coin for your troubles, and they're done with you now. You've served your purpose as entertainment, and there is no need for you to be here any longer. And you are free to return to your homes.
Do I have my trench coat?
I love the idea that Rascal, like as she's half conscious, has like grabbed a hold. It has a death grip on the trench coat as she's being dragged. They've tried to take it away from her. She's just like snarling in her. Yes, Rascal has her trench coat, her lovely trench
We will
coat
fight another day.
with all of her pockets filled with stuff. I love it. Awesome. Well, excellent job, everybody. I hope you enjoyed playing Roll for Shoes.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's a fun
Yeah, that was a
little
lot of fun.
simple system that can get wacky and wild quite quickly, as you can see. And it was great playing with all of you. It's great to get together with the other GMs here and have a good time just kind of playing a game and having a little bit of fun with each other. So thank you so much. As a little sign off here, I hope all of you have enjoyed this. If you're interested in joining any of our games, you can find us on the Discord. And hopefully this kind of gave you a little bit of an idea of our personalities and what we're like when we're running games and how we like to have fun with the groups that we play in. So hopefully we'll see you around the table soon. Take care, everyone.